So as you can see, this is the most relaxed place, and that's why I really like to be here, because usually festivals say we are a meeting place for the industry, and here you can talk to colleagues, but it's a lie, you know. It's always busy, 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 but here you are really relaxed. Yeah. I was yesterday twice in the cinema, I saw beautiful films, and this is a relaxed place to meet people, to talk to colleagues, talk to the audience as well. Sitting relaxed on a beautiful lake and a beautiful landscape, and the hosts here are the most friendly I ever met, to be honest. And that's why I think so many colleagues like to come here. It's one of the most beautiful festivals, to be honest. And when I heard about that, I get a kind of lifetime achievement award. I was in the middle of an opera production in Dresden, in between two rehearsals, and I got an email from Palic, and I said, "Yeah, Palic," and I said, "What? Lifetime achievement? Oh no, I'm so old. I'm so old." And with awards like that, the business tells you, okay, man, it's time to stop. But I don't want. So my new film, To Hilde with Love, is finished. So now we are looking for a slot to open it. It's always a big deal for the industry. For me, not because my work is done. It's a film about, again, like Rabir Kurnas against George W. Bush, it's a film about a very strong woman. And she's, in that case, she's fighting against the Nazi system. It's a love story. Hilde falls in love with Hans, and he is already involved in the resistance. And so they do something together, and Hilde follows her heart. She's not a very well-educated woman. She's secretary. We would call her as a kind of ordinary people, but ordinary people are, for me, the most interesting people. And she follows her heart, and she gets arrested. She was sentenced to death, and she got her baby in prison. She breastfeeded the baby for, I think, 9 months. And then she was executed. And so this is, in a way, a very warm love story about a strong and powerful woman. And on the other hand, it is a very sad story. But in a way, the son survived. He's now 80. He lives in Berlin. I got to know him, of course. And he carries a lot of the braveness of his parents in his heart, and because of that, it's not only dark. Something survived, as I would say, and so it tells again about that it is possible to change the world if we want so. Yeah. I think the world we are living in is not in the very best condition, as all of us can see. So, we need new values, except only the capitalist values we have to deal with, and sometimes I think all of us have the feeling that we are a little bit too small for the big problems we have to solve. But it is possible to change something, and even if you are feeling very small, it is possible to do something, and that's why I really like to tell in my films about people who feel in a way small, but then they overcome the system, and this is interesting for all of us. I think we have to overcome a system which tells us that we destroy the environment, that we have to fight against each other. That's not true. We can resist. Yeah, I think cinema is a nice place. People from different countries with different backgrounds step into a dark room, and then the light gets on. We see on a screen a story. We share emotions, and even if we are so different, we are crying or laughing maybe at the same time, and this is very nice. So cinema is not only a place for watching movies. Cinema is a social place. We are sharing our emotions there, and this is so beautiful. I think yesterday I was in the new Ken Loach production here, and all the people were crying, and it was so nice to be in that crowd, and that gives me hope to share emotions with so many different people from all over the world. And that's an interesting point, I think, and for that reason we are, even if we are telling very social and dark political stories, it's important that there is hope in that stories. The Ken Loach movie is a kind of a fairy tale at the ending, but even if it's a fairy tale, it gives me hope, and I can bring that into my everyday life. And that's important for us, because all of us, we have to survive, and the conditions we are living in are not so easy. And so if we take the time, if we pay the money to go into cinema, it shouldn't destroy us. It should encourage us, I think. So as you can see, it's not the same boy. My hair is white, and yeah, of course. No, I'm not the same boy anymore. Unfortunately, I'm much older, but hopefully a little bit more experienced. Yeah, but as you know, we have. All of us, if we meet old friends from former times, we have the feeling, oh, maybe he got older. But for ourselves, we don't have that feelings. Our hearts stay always as young as we are, as we were when we watched our first movie or when we had our first kiss. So the feeling of getting older is something like we are watching the world from another point of view, but we don't have the feeling that we are really old. I have always the feeling, okay, nothing changed for me. Instead of that, here are many cameras now, and I'm here in Palic, and I'm wondering that I get a lifetime achievement award. But in my heart, I'm the same young boy, I would say.